Now in the applications of circular motion, the next application for conical pendulum. But this conical pendulum is prepared by simple pendulum. You know, simple pendulum, in which there is only a string. This string is fixed from this rigid support. This string is flexible, inextensible and massless. Inextensible means we cannot stretch it like a rubber or spring. That is called as inextensible. And at the free end of the string, there we attach this bob. Mass of that bob is M. L is the length of string. This system is called a simple pendulum. So for this application, they will write this question: define simple pendulum and conical pendulum. With a neat diagram, obtain an expression for period and frequency of conical pendulum. So here, first there we define simple pendulum. From this diagram, we can define it. So simple pendulum means a point mass, means bob, connected to a long, flexible, massless and inextensible string suspended from a rigid support. And string is made to oscillate in a single vertical plane is called as simple pendulum. In wall clock, we know there is a pendulum. At the lower part, there is a heavy object. That is nothing but bob. And there we can give certain energy. Due to that energy, this pendulum oscillates in a vertical circle, and that is in a single plane, means like XY plane, YZ plane, XZ plane, means only one plane is there, and in that plane that body oscillates. That is called a simple pendulum. Now from that we can see conical pendulum. Now for the definition of conical pendulum, for simple way, here these three lines remain same. First line, second line and third line remain same. For simplicity, how to understand? A point mass bob connected to a long, flexible, massless and inextensible string suspended from a rigid support, means up to this, and string moves along the surface of a right circular cone of vertical axis, and a point mass performs a uniform horizontal circular motion is called as conical pendulum. We suppose this is a pendulum. To this bob there we give such a motion that the bob describes the horizontal circle, and this string sweeps over the surface of cone along this vertical axis. Means like this. Here is a bob, there we give this type of motion, it performs this horizontal circle, and this string moves over the surface of cone, and this is vertical axis. So from that diagram again we can make the same definition. Three lines are very simple because there we copy it only directly. A point mass connected to a long, flexible, massless and inextensible string suspended from a rigid support. Then from this they will change some, and string moves along the surface of a right circular cone of vertical axis, and a point mass performs uniform horizontal circular motion is called as conical pendulum. So from the diagram we can see how the conical pendulum is. Now we can see the diagrams in inertial frame and in non-inertial frame. You know two forces, centripetal force and centrifugal force. Centripetal force is a real force and centrifugal force is pseudo force. That is not a real force, and that centrifugal force exists only in non-inertial frame. So in a non-inertial frame, here we show this force, that is centrifugal force away, and this is centripetal force, that is towards center. Now in that, when we perform this circular motion of the bob, at point B there are these different forces acting. Only for simplicity there we explain and inertial and in non-inertial. Now we can refer one diagram. Here at point B, in the length L of the string, tension T0 is created, and that tension is directed towards the point of support. That tension is nothing but one of the force. Here M is the mass of this bob. Here is this bob, M is the mass. So on that mass G is acting. So this is the gravitational force acting vertically downward, and T0 is the force in the string. Means there are main two forces are acting. So we can write there the forces acting on a pendulum at position B. That is the weight mg, vertical downward force, and tension T0 in the string along the string towards point of support. Now this T0 is resolved into two components like this. One is T cos theta, another is T sin theta, that is T0. Now this T0 cos theta, because it makes angle, and here is no angle for this component, so this is sin, this is cos. Here in the same case, T0 cos theta, T0 sin theta. So you can write there tension T0 is resolved into two components. One is T0 cos theta, it is vertical upward component, another T0 sin theta, it is horizontal component towards center. Then from figure, we can see here this T0 cos theta is upward and mg is downward. This means they are equal and opposite forces, so they balance to each other. So we can write there T0 cos theta is equal to mg. Here this force is directed towards center, means it gives centripetal force, and that centripetal force T0 sin theta is equal to mr omega square. This form or this form we can use mv square upon r or mr omega square. Now divide this equation 1 by 2. T0 sin theta upon T0 cos theta is equal to this RHS mr omega square upon mg. M gets cancelled, T0 gets cancelled. Now r upon g taking in this side, so omega square remain. It is equal to g sin theta upon r cos theta. This is omega square. But in this diagram, here this is right angle triangle. Now we can show here right angle. If you want to find this r, where r is the radius, it is opposite to theta. So in this triangle, we can find out sin theta. Sin theta is equal to opposite upon hypotenuse, r upon L. Sin theta is equal to, that means we can write there sin theta is equal to r upon L. So for r is equal to, taking L in this side, it is equal to L sin theta. And here we write this L sin theta. We can use small l or capital L according to our convenience. So r is equal to L sin theta. It is from figure. Now put here r is equal to L sin theta. Now sin theta gets cancelled. Then omega square is equal to g upon L cos theta. Taking square root, so omega is equal to root g upon L cos theta. But omega is 2 pi upon capital T, where capital T is a period of revolution for the conical pendulum. And so from that, changing the place of omega and capital T, taking here, so T is equal to 2 pi upon omega. Now put this value here, then t is equal to 2 pi upon omega means its reciprocal L cos theta upon g. That gives the period of conical pendulum. Now period and frequency, they are related as n is equal to 1 upon t, because frequency and period, frequency is equal to the reciprocal of period. So you can write there n is equal to 1 upon t. Now from this equation 1 upon t means this becomes 1 upon 2 pi and its reciprocal g upon L cos theta. So that n is equal to 1 upon 2 pi root g upon L cos theta. That gives the equations for period and frequency of conical pendulum. In a simple pendulum, we can use here t is equal to 2 pi root L upon g. You know that formula. At the time of measurement in 11th first chapter, units and measurement. In that chapter, there we prove that relation t is equal to 2 pi root L upon g by using dimensional analysis. At that time, that theta is very small, there we consider. And if the theta is very small, means nearly 0. If theta is nearly equal to 0, then cos 0, that is 1. Therefore, we can write here, it is equal to 1, so it is L upon g. Now see this.